one thing I've always admired about you is your perseverance and knowing how, when we're both coming up in the entertainment industry, it's very, very hard for us, especially as black folks, because
Definitely.
we have to kind of start way back
Yeah.
in a lot of things. So to be able to see where you've come, to see you being a trendsetter, and to seeing now you being an inspiration for all, not only black girls but black people, especially with you being on TV, you being a wrestler, you are a role model for a lot of people. A lot of the little girls out there that want to probably get in your line of work now. How does it feel to now feel like, hey, you know what? Not only I'm on TV, but I'm now a mentor. I'm not kind of like a figure for people growing up. How does that feel?
I mean, honestly, I've had several experiences now in this part of my career where girls have come up to me and say, "Hey, you're my idol. You inspire me," which is funny because I literally have Aspire to Inspire on my arm.
Okay.
Because I had so many people inspire me coming up to now be the inspiration is still quite crazy to me. Like, I'm just me. I just try to be me. I just try to be the truest version, most authentic version of myself. And for that to get noticed by other people that want to do the same, that's all I could hope for.
Amen. So let's start from the beginning, right? So when you are thinking about this journey, not only getting in the entertainment business, but for you starting, what was not just getting into wrestling, but for you to be an entertainer, because we're entertainers. What was that bug? What was some of your inspirations when, for me, being a musician, watching my grandmother playing Marvin Gaye and Tupac and stuff like that on TV? What was some of your inspirations, not only to your line of work, but just entertainment in general? Who were some of your inspirations?
Well, first and foremost, Lady Gaga had a huge impact on my life, creatively, artistically. I still follow her to this day. I absolutely adore her and everything that she stands for. So I feel like she had a big impact on how I was and how I was creatively, because I started off as a writer. I wrote my own storylines and books and stories. That was my outlet, was writing and reading. And, I was a fan of Twilight growing up, so Stephanie Meyer definitely had like a lot of influence on my writing. Ariana Grande is another one of my favorites that inspires me a lot. I love her style. I love, again, everything she stands for and who she is as a person. Again, it's another woman that I adore. But I also have to say, like, when it comes to hard work, I feel like my mom had like a big influence on me. Like, she always made sure to show me, like, no matter what you want, no matter how far up you think it is, you can get it. As long as you work hard for it and you put in the time and you're determined, you can get it. So I feel like when I was growing up and I had all these dreams, even though she didn't support it initially, I still had her in the back of my mind, like, okay, she had a dream to get this, she did it. She had a dream to get this, she did it. So why can't I have a dream and go out there and get it? So I had a lot of like influential women in my life.
Amen. So, what was that journey, even though, because you know how parents are. When you start going for your dreams that may be out of the status quo a little bit, they want you to do the safe thing.
Yeah.
Get the job,
Go to
college, get the degree. My dad was like that with me, and I understood what he was saying, but it just wasn't my spirit. And I luckily had my grandmother who always pushed me to get into this music thing. She gave me the money to go to the studio to do my first theme song.
Wow.
When I was broke, I had my kid, I was broke. So, I totally understand that feeling. So tell me a little bit about that dynamic when you first wanted to go towards your dream. Was a lot of convincing to tell your mother, or was it something where she kind of got it after a while once you got successful?
I feel like that's what it was. Like,
of course
initially she was like, she wanted me to go to college. She wanted me to go to get a degree. I played soccer in high school, so they were hoping like maybe I'll get a soccer scholarship. But I didn't want to go to college. That wasn't something that I wanted to do. I knew from a very young age I wanted to be a wrestler, and I was going to do anything and everything I could to do that. I was very like drawn to wrestling and the complexity of it and the theatrics of it. I'm very dramatic, so I just loved how like it just pulls you in, like the feeling. And I wanted to be able to do that myself. But initially she was like, you want to do what now? You want to be a wrestler? How do you even do that? Like, no, you can't do that. You have to go to school. I went to school for a year and I was like, look, I did this for a year. I didn't like it. So I'm not going back. I'm not wasting your money. I'm not wasting anybody's money or time. Like, I know what I want to do. Eventually, like, I was gone every weekend. She couldn't understand why I was gone every weekend, why I was so tired. I was doing wrestling and I had a second job. I actually had 2 jobs at one time, trying to make money so I can go to these shows and just get exposure. When I got my first contract, even when I told her, like, I called her and I was like, Mommy, I just got a contract with Impact Wrestling. She was like, what does that mean? And I was like, I'm going to be on TV. That's what it means. I made it. Like, I made it to TV. That's all I wanted to do. Like, I didn't care, like, how big the promotion is. Like, I was like, I did something that I set out to do. Like, I said at one point I wanted to be a knockout, and I did it. Check off the list. Like, I was able to do that. So she has come around to it. My dad has always been, like, a fan of wrestling. Him and my brother, like, got me into wrestling initially. So I feel like he's always been my biggest fan. My dad has always, like, really been supportive of me and doing shows and telling all his friends and getting pictures for them. Can you sign pictures for this person? But they're totally supportive of it now. Now they truly understand.
You know, that's the one thing that I learned about, you know, it's funny. I have, you know, having my daughter and her being 7, right? It's different with fathers. Mm-hmm. It's different because we'll just go to the moon for our daughters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now some cases, some fathers be like, oh, I'll get to the good, you know. But those fathers like that,
yeah,
those are people you treasure because they just want their girl to do great.
Yeah.
You know?
My dad's definitely like that.
And I'm like that with my daughter as well. For anything she wants to do, she just told me she wants to get in the studio and music and stuff. And trust me, we're going to bring that up to you too. So, you know, it's a great feeling to have that support system. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm happy you had that support system. Of course, your parents just wants what's best for you.
Yeah.
And want you to be secure. But one thing as creators, and you're a creator as well as I am, is that without that creativity, we're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
We're not going to be happy because we express it either through, you know, you do it through acting, wrestling, music. We're all, like I said, all of us are in the same boat. We're just, you know, we're just different parts of the ship as entertainers. Absolutely. We're just in different parts of the ship, but we're all on the same boat as entertainers.